town council. Monday, this is March the 2nd. Says on our, February the 9th?
Oh,
Okay.
it did get changed, so.
Okay, this is March the 2nd at 5 o'clock, 2026. All members are present and accounted for. Should have had an opportunity to review the claims before the meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the claims as presented?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carried. Approval of the minutes.
Oh, sorry. Did you guys get the email this weekend for the other ones or no?
I haven't had a chance to review them. I seen we had, what, 4 sets of them?
That's fine. It can wait.
On future minutes too, that are published, it needs to be noted that these are a draft and have not been approved yet by the council
Oh, for the,
for the paper.
okay.
Anytime they're published before they are
Yeah.
approved by the council.
Hang on here, then.
There was one that was, I thought we were under the, if there was no communication within 24 to 48 hours of it being given to you guys, that I could go ahead and publish.
You can publish, but it must be stated in the publication
Okay.
that this is a draft
Okay.
pending council approval.
Okay.
Or at least that's the way I read the open door policy.
This is all that
I
stuff.
got you.
Okay.
They usually get informed if you guys haven't responded, so, I mean, I can do something formally for it. It's not a big deal.
I mean, it just needs to be stated at the bottom of the minutes. That statement needs to be made. Okay, do we have a motion to, let's see, is this is for the public hearing? We have a motion to accept the minutes for the public hearing of Monday, February the 9th.
Make a motion.
Do we have a second? All in favor? A motion carried. Do we have one for the regular meeting?
Yeah. I know there's so many pages on it. I tried to get it smaller, but it just doesn't work.
Do we have a motion to approve did I ask that for the regular meeting?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
A second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carried. Do we have any more minutes that need to be approved at this meeting? Okay. Fund report is for your information, for your review and take a look at. That's just for information purposes, no movement needs to be made on it. Bank reconciliation. Is there a bank reconciliation? That's for council to review and take a look at as far as transparency. I'll move on to my agenda. Update on the basketball court lights, and this has just been something that's been I could sit here and tell you 12 issues, 15 issues why we don't have them up yet. But the bottom line is we got material shortage. And I could go into tariffs, I could go into taxes, I could go into all this stuff that we've ran up against on this, but we're switching suppliers is what it amounts to. We've got a bid that's like this bid, so we don't have to re-advertise again because it's under 10,000 for the lights. And they should be in within the next 30 days, is what I'm told, and then put up. So that's what's going on the basketball, pickleball court lights down there. Ballpark internet, I'm getting ready to release it. It's up and running. Right now, I've got just a few little things that I've been working on as far as what I call tweaking it. We'll be covering now the west side of the parking lot. It'll cover from basically where the concession stand is I can get good coverage to the end of the parking lot where you go into the other park, side of the park, where the shelter house is. I can't get out to the shelter house just from the mere fact the size of the system it is, but it'll cover that whole parking lot. And my future plans are to cover the west side too. I have partially set up, but I don't have the rest of the equipment yet. I'm just trying to get one thing done at a time before we move on. And the same thing's happening over at the museum, the outside shelter house at the museum will have full internet, along with, I'm going to be providing internet inside the courthouse too. Excuse me, museum, say courthouse. It's going to be limited to the front part of it because I didn't realize there was 3 vaults there. And it's just saying anything will go through them. I mean, I can try to do everything I can, but we're pushing the signal in there now they never had before. So, and we're providing it through the grant, so they're happy with that. The museum is. Getting ready to start those up, and they should be by next meeting. They should be up for public usage, and that's part of the grant I applied for and received about a year ago that we're getting going. Tomorrow we're having a meeting with the engine, WHC is coming in, and they're going to have, I believe, working on our water report. Is that right?
Yeah.
We're going to discuss that, and then we're also going to discuss PER, which is professional engineering report they're doing for our water system, and we'll be having it in the morning. I wasn't aware of this, but we have some outstanding bills with them as far as PER reports that I need to get with you on, make sure that for the past year. And I said that, I sent an email to them tonight and asked if we could wait until the next session or if we need to out a check. But I don't, that's what I received a message tonight from HWC, Eric, one of the main partners. And he said, what can you do about this? I said, well, all I can do is research it, and then I'll let you know tomorrow what's going on. So I don't know how they've been coming through, and I don't know specific details on it. They said they're from the PERs they've been doing, the professional engineering reports, so we can apply for the rest of our money, or portion of our money we have left with SIDC. Well, it's SRF, but SIDC's manage it, the money. So that's we'll follow up on that tomorrow. The well pump for our freshwater system, I believe I'm waiting on Lane.
Yep.
Is that right?
I actually called him again this morning, and he
Okay.
said he's been swamped. And
Okay.
he said hopefully this week he would get it to me.
Okay. We're gonna expedite that and try to work forward to get a backup pump, because we only have one working well now, and which we haven't had 2 working wells for, best of my knowledge, over a decade. We haven't had 2 working wells at the same time. So I mean, if everything was like it should be, we should have 2 wells. There should be one for backup in case the other one goes down. But now we used our motor on this well that went out in December, wasn't it? Something like around December. It went out in the middle of the night. So we have no backup motor, and we really need a backup for our well. A motor, I'd like to have another well, but that's not, I just need at least something now. If our motor goes out, I can replace it with that. And we're also working on that as far as a water project with town of Shoals. I've been working on it for the last 2.5 years. So we're still trying to put it together in order to get our freshwater side up to what I would consider a acceptable standard. It's nothing exceeding that. But right now we're just kind of held together with, like a better word to find, baling wire and duct tape in a lot of places, and that's okay, but we need to make sure we have reliable water services for our customers. Okay. The Shoals Historic River District, now y'all can add to this if you'd like to, but it's vital that we get see if we can have a resolution drawn up for the historic river district that we currently have a line item, is that right, in our budget?
Yes.
That each year, when we apply for our budget, that there's $5,000 in that account for the Shoals Historic River District. And so you don't have to, it'll be a continuing resolution. Or how would I state that, continuing resolution or funding? The board votes for funding each year for it to go that amount.
Well, you want to get away from that, so what I recommend is budget time, you include that in the what would be the 2027 budget.
Right.
Put a budget line in there for.
So do we vote on that as a board? Do we want that in there? That budget line?
Oh, you can, you don't have to, I mean,
I
when you're doing your budget,
I just want to make sure it's in there year after year, because one of the things, not one thing, but a lot of things is, this is not a private organization that's doing this. This is part of it's a non-for-profit, okay, and it's part of the Okra program, the Main Street program. Now, Bedford has this, Lagodi has this, Washington has this, Jasper has this, Huntingburg has this, Vincent's had this, like going practically every town has a Main Street organization now. It is a non-profit that falls into this category of,
just add it, they just be, if you want to do a motion tonight, or, just that it is to be included in the budget considerations. When do you do budget? August?
So it starts, usually I start around June,
So
but just
That or-
preparing.
either way, but yeah,
we need to have this in order so we can keep our scores with Okra when they're scoring us.
oh yeah, there's no denying that. You got to have that.
We need the organization, and I know I've talked with the people out of the heart of Jasper, which is their organization, their Main Street organization. And then Lagodi has one now. We were kind of one of the first to go into this program in the area. And these others now have started applying and getting their Main Street designation. Y'all have been part of this. It's pretty hard to get. It's not something you just fill out a form and then they give it to you. You have to meet a lot of criteria. And with water projects, wastewater projects, it's all based around scoring. And anything you can do to help with your scoring is going to help us receive more, will help us get funding in the future. And that's the reason why I want to put an emphasis on this. We need to have it in. So what type of what I ask for from the board? Movement from the board.
Just a motion to, I'm just trying to think. A motion to include, what's the official name?
Historic Shoals River District.
Historic Shoals.
Historic Shoals River District in the 2027 and thereafter budget considerations.
Do we have a motion? What Dave just said?
I make motion.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried.
And David stays as the line item name, which is the name of their organization. Okay. And it is to stay like what the edit transfers were as 5,000, is that correct, Carrie?
I thought it was supposed to be asked for in the general budget, I thought.
No, I'm saying previously in the meeting before, you said to transfer out of
Yes,
edit.
it was coming out of edit before because we didn't have it. We didn't ask
You
for it
want
in
to
the general
leave it
budget.
at 5,000 is what I'm asking.
Yes, unless, that's where I'd want to start.
Okay.
Yeah. Next thing is, we're still working on this project over on 232 Main Street, or known as the New Tap area. And I'm requesting a water adjustment be made to 228 Main Street of $121.80. Do we have a motion to make that adjustment as requested?
Wait a minute. This is the actual bill itself. Everybody has a copy of it.
That can be relieved, we don't have to have board movement to relieve the wastewater off of it. That can be a one-time adjustment for the year.
Oh, make sure.
What I'm requesting is movement to
It's strictly
relieve
the water.
the water side of it, because we can do that on our side without.
Okay, I didn't know if you
board
were gonna do all of it as one or, okay, I understand now, sorry.
approval. Of $121.80.
Make the motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I second.
Have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
Should be 124.98, shouldn't it, Carrie?
I thought it was 121.80 is what the figure I was remembering,
Here,
whatever it is. Just wanna make it. That's good.
yes. 121.80.
That's what I'm showing, but is that because there's additional fees on it?
There might be.
Let's go ahead and approve 124.98, that's $3 more. And if it's less, then we fall under it, right?
Yeah, this was actually
Is that
done
good?
today, so.
Okay. Do we have a motion to relieve 124.98?
Yes.
Do we have a second, all in favor? Aye, motion carried. Bobby, looks like you're on the agenda here, what's happening?
My first council meeting, do people stand, just sit here,
Just it.
just sit? All right, I have a couple of things, and I apologize for not getting these emailed to you all to just take a look at for me. I have one for each of you. I have a few questions. The Uplands Regional Land Bank has purchased a piece of property in Shoals. And right now, the goal is to try for the land bank to put a house on that particular parcel. And so I'm coming to you guys to, one, see if the town of Shoals will partner with the land bank, there's a couple of things, a couple of requests. Mainly hookup and tap fees, if the board would consider waiving the hookup or tap fees when the water gets connected to the house on the property. I don't know for certain yet if the water lines are gonna have to be moved, but if they do have to be moved, if the town of Shoals would help the land bank do that. Right now, I believe that where the water line comes into the property it's gonna be okay, where the house is gonna be set there, but I'm not 100% sure. So that is one request, that the land bank asks of the town. The survey there of that particular parcel shows, I think on the north side of the property, that there is an alleyway. So there's Stevens Street and there's Capitol Ave, and in between there's an alleyway. And I am asking the town to consider vacating that alleyway.
It's not ever used, is it?
No, it's.
I thought.
No, there's
This is
multiple
the
of them around town.
Yeah, I know.
But according to the survey, the town does own that alleyway in there, so I'm asking if you would consider vacating that alley. And I'm not sure whose responsibility, so I'm just asking, but there's a sidewalk on both Maple Street and Stevens Street that wraps around that corner lot, and it's pretty broken up and pretty rough shape. And I don't know if that's going to be our responsibility or if that's something the town can help us
Well,
with.
hopefully on the next grant cycle with CCMG, that was one of the roads on our project, Maple South we're doing Maple North. And that will be probably when I'm not in office. But if they decide to do that, the concrete work can be written into the grant to have that sidewalk replaced back to ADA standards. The South Maple there.
Okay.
Is that the property that you had, Kevin?
Yes.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if all the stars aligned, to have a house on there by September. So
So when this is all done, who owns the house? Do you guys own it, you sell it, or how's that work?
it will be put up for sale.
But you guys bought the lot, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I am working on a partnership for development on that, but it hasn't been approved yet. It's in the works.
So you don't have really anything in it anymore, right? They just bought the lot from you with the trailer on it.
Yes. They
And
bought
did you
lot.
move the trailer off of it,
I
or?
tore it down.
Okay.
And the final ask is where the meter sits on that lot. It's down on, Stevens Street. There's some standing water there.
Yeah.
And the developers, I've met 2 developers over there, and their thoughts were that there might be a crack or a break somewhere that's causing that water to come out.
That water, I've complained about that water for 8 years.
We actually had a leak detection crew come in, and there's no detected leak anywhere in there.
And I was
Their best
told,
guess is it's a spring.
I was told 8 years ago it was a spring.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I don't
mean,
know if it has to be drainage pipe put in there or what, but I honestly, 8 years, 7 years, and whatever, hell, I've been 7 years and 2 months, but I requested then, what's going on here? And I was told then it was spring.
Yeah, we had Chad from the Water Alliance come in last summer, and he brought a leak detection kit out and everything, and he couldn't find any leaks whatsoever for any of our lines. And so the adjacent property, which is Joshua Seymour's, there's actually a spring that comes up right in the center of his driveway. And like this morning, if you'd have went there, it had just been ice running down his driveway.
Mhm.
So that area right there, the only thing they could tell is they think it's like what do you call it, a warm weather spring or something like that. But there's no actual leaks in it because we had a crew come out because we was curious as well.
Is there anything that,
I'm gonna
Maybe
ask
to be
from the
done?
board, well,
I mean,
let
you
me
can't stop that.
answer some of your, before we move on to this, let me answer a couple of your other
Sure.
requests. I'd like to ask for the board, because this is property improvement, and it was what I would consider a blighted area, that we support closing that alley and moving water as required for the hookup on it.
If the water meter doesn't have to be moved, like if they're okay with being where it is,
I think the meter's fine. It's just
right?
the
So
way it comes into that property.
If
Oh,
if
wait.
they don't want to move the water meter itself, you guys don't have to pay a tap fee.
Okay.
So the tap fee is only for like new lines. So all you'd have to pay is your $100 meter deposit, and then it would be hooked up. The only time you have to pay a tap fee is whenever there's no service on the property. So
Okay.
since your meter's already there and everything, you wouldn't have to pay an actual tap fee.
Okay.
So the $1,200? Yeah, the $1,200 water tap, the $1,000 sewer tap, all that, you wouldn't have to pay that.
Okay.
Because Kevin had water and sewer at the property prior.
And if we have to move the line itself, would the town be able to help us do that?
Well, the line itself,
Because
The-
the
you'd be
meter's not
responsible
here.
for the service
It actually
line.
comes in
Yeah,
and, I don't know. Okay.
so we're responsible for the main up to the meter. From the meter to the residence, that's on the customer.
Okay,
And then for the sewer, from the main, we usually do one step, which is 20 feet. So from the main, a 20-foot section onto the property is what we maintain. Everything after that is also on the customer as well.
You know that has a new meter, like the.
Yeah, it's
the
got a
reads?
meter.
yeah, we've got all new.
Depends probably how long that meter's been here. I'd want a new water line run to the meter, so keep that in mind.
a new water line run to the meter and the town's
Because I
responsible.
could potentially be one of, it's
No.
fixed.
We dug it up.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whatever.
Because whenever,
no, I
last
appreciate it.
summer, whenever we had that leak crew come in, Chad and everything,
Yeah,
we had dug it up the week prior before he got here, because we thought it was leaking, and it's a brand new line. So my guess is the old crew, the previous people that worked here, they had thought it was a line as well, and they went ahead and replaced it.
The 20-foot off he's talking about is off the wastewater.
Yeah.
Now, you're responsible to get to the meter. We're responsible to the meter. So
Okay.
any line, that means we're going in on private property. We won't do that.
Okay.
So,
Would, Dylan, you'd be able to meet me over there maybe one day and just kind of
Walk you through it.
walk that out
Absolutely.
for me?
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
But I think the town, I mean, we are ecstatic that y'all's doing this type of thing, you know. These programs are out here, and we wanna try to support them all we can, and that would include that also, the expenses, I would recommend the town incurring the expenses of closing that alley.
May I?
Yeah.
Bobby, it would be your obligation to, contact all the, property owners on the alley and take their temperature on the closing of the alley. They may want to join in the petition. You will have to petition to close the alley, and the council will have to consider it. It'll have to be advertised, in the paper. If the adjoining, any property owner who's affected by the closing of the alley, they can either join in the petition or they can come in and object to it. And the council will have to consider, input from whoever on that. So it can't just be done by a motion here tonight.
Right.
So if there's no, opposition, does that basically mean that they get the alley? I mean, they had the alley, what they little box.
What happens when an alley is closed, it's split half and half, between the affected property owners.
Thank you.
We've closed, what, 2 or 3 alleys in the last few years.
Yeah, and you've
so-
got another one coming up
Yeah,
next
another
month.
one coming up, so.
The only issue I think we need to consider also closing alleys too, is we still have water mains and sewer mains in these existing old alleys. And if we close an alleyway, is that also giving away our easement?
You'll have to obtain a new easement.
Easement.
So I think that should be taken into
Yeah, well,
consideration
that would be,
moving
when
forward.
we have the work done, as far as the survey work on it, would tell us if there was a line in there, then we'd have to apply for a new easement. Yeah.
Yeah, it should, but sometimes they won't, depending on how new or how old the line is. But I've already looked at Bobby's
Okay.
back through there, there's no line through
Yeah,
there.
we'll definitely make sure we get our easements.
Yeah.
Or-
Cause that could really hurt us in the long run.
The one that's coming up is, the Shoals Holiness Church.
Yeah.
The old alley, which is unused
Right.
between the church property and well, the county owns, that's the county's little the sheriff's garden, and,
Formerly known as the Poindexter property.
Chris Anderson.
Is it that little spur of Oak Tree or Oak Avenue or something like that?
Well, it's not okay, it's an actual alley.
So just that little road is?
No, there's Oak Alley, which is west of, it's between the jail and the garden plot.
Yeah.
But this alley is on the east side of that lot, between the Shoals Holiness Church and the garden plot. So you might want to check that.
I will.
Yeah. But that alley is, it's not been used at all.
Right. Yeah.
Dave, as far as notifying the surrounding property owners, is a letter sufficient notice if I send a letter to them?
Well,
Or
yeah,
is
but
there
I'll
something
be,
else I need to do? That's why I'm asking.
well, I'll be honest, if you want a response, you probably need to
Knock on the door.
Knock
knock
on
on the
doors.
door
Okay,
and talk to them about it. But, you know, if you just send a letter, you never know whether they'll,
and,
number one, read it, number two, respond, so.
okay. Thank you.
I'd like to add a comment. I'm glad to see the counties joined. I was one of them made a decision and seeing that there's some development going. There's one in Shoals and one in Lagoa.
We do have one in each, yes.
Yeah. So it was a wise judgment on the commissioners to buy into that program. I think it was only $5,000.
And that is yearly. They've been generous enough to do that yearly for us, and it's been really, really good. I'm excited about the house property in Shoals will be the first house that the land bank is actually trying to build.
Build it.
What square footage is it gonna be?
It's, the plans I have right now is 1,291 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And the garage will be, you'll pull in off of Maple Street.
Mhm. South Maple. Cause we have, right now I have, application for CCMG to do North Maple, and that includes the Senior Citizen Center. So, South Maple is in consideration, but that's gonna have to be another application. So that would be nice to, once that's up, then do the work, you know, not, and it would be that far out probably, if that's, in other words, we wouldn't be putting new blacktop in there while you're trying to do the work. So, yeah, it'd improve the property too, and sidewalk.
Could I have that thing she had in
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
On a,
You had something else, huh?
well, just a different topic, different house. Shoals Senior Housing, you mentioned doing in front of there. That sidewalk in front of senior housing is pretty rough as far as
Which sidewalk are you talking about? On what
the
street?
one on Capitol Street. You said Linwood?
Yeah, I don't have that figured in.
Is it
I
something
mean,
that-
it's on Capitol, that comes, that's a fairly new sidewalk though. Is it just because of tree root?
That tree
lifted it?
root disrupted it pretty roughly there, and a lot of the occupants, tenants have, walkers and.
And the
different
problem
things
is
to get
that,
around.
well, the problem is that the age of the sidewalk, and it is also ADA compliant. If it wasn't ADA compliant, I could rip it up in the CCMG grant and re-put it down, but they're gonna look at the age of it, which our sidewalks here, we're talking about probably the fifties, maybe 1950s or something like that, as a lot of our sidewalks in town are, or even later, so that's easier for me to get through on it, but especially since it's not ADA compliant, you know, the rest of the sidewalks in town, so I'm able to get these done. But I can look into it.
Just
The
consider
thing is,
See if it's
we're going
possible.
through a third application now, and we're just trying to tighten everything down so we can get it bought. 'Cause
Understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your willingness to work with the land
Yeah,
bank.
we will, I mean, that is fantastic, because this is what we're trying to do is property improvement and better quality of life for everybody in the town. Do you have anything else, Bubba?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Chief, you're on the floor.
Just wanna let you know, the new generator's about 8 days out, okay? They had to order it. We're changing the front door of the fire station to a keypad lock, where they punch in the numbers. That should be done yet this week, okay? We're having issues with that door, so we're just gonna go ahead and change it with a
The
keypad.
door too, you mean, or just the
No,
lock mechanism?
not just the locking.
Yeah,
The locking
door.
mechanism.
The
on the
locking
door.
mechanism on the door, okay.
Did you get the bid for the air conditioner I sent you? I have an updated bid for the air conditioner.
I got the picture, but you said you were gonna bring a hard copy.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
What did it come to? I mean, was it over the amount that we,
No, it's actually,
Allowed-
I finally got it lower,
I mean,
okay?
but you guys can still move forward with it without board approval, is that right?
Yeah, cause you
Okay.
already approved it.
Okay, yeah, but I just was concerned if it was more, so we could
It's
approve it
less.
again. Okay,
Then
It
I
was
do
like
have,
12,000 something.
okay, and we talked about 15, didn't we?
Yeah.
I do have some, reservations about the town marshal, okay? I know you restricted him to the town only, okay, but you also gotta remember he is a firefighter and he is a medic, okay? So if he's working and we get a call out of town and he's got his car, which is more important for him to keep him in town or let him take care of that heart attack or whatever it is that's out there? You know, we
Well,
can't
I think
restrict him.
when we had, and was that done in executive session?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I can't really discuss that. Can I, Dave, or can
Well, you could start a new discussion here tonight.
I?
You
Okay.
can't discuss,
The,
you can't discuss what was discussed in that session, but you can start a new discussion and open.
what I, and I need the board to speak up if they don't support this. But what my consensus of the board was, we weren't restricting him to in town. we were requesting him to concentrate on in town.
Mhm.
Now, if somebody's, like I said, somebody's an emergent, if somebody's, you know, he's a trained medical person, if he needs to be there, he needs to be there. And we support that. So I don't know what
Well, I
we're
mean,
coming at,
from what,
where
From
you're,
what I
I don't quite
understood-
understand what you're asking. to be
well,
honest
I need his limitations pulled to where he can go out. Say if it's out one of the gypsum plants, then he can go out there. He can take that
Yeah.
car out
with
there
you. I mean, that's,
with his medical bag.
my understanding is, or from the board was that wasn't a
That was
a request. I don't know, the board could speak up. What's the board think?
That wasn't an issue with us.
That wasn't an issue with us.
We said anything on medical or emergencies where no one else could reply, that he was eligible to go.
Mhm. I just don't want him to be restricted to town when he's got other obligations with us.
He is not.
Okay.
No, he is not. He would do it at the fire department, no.
Okay.
No,
I just want to clarify that, okay?
I feel as though please board speak up if you feel different. But emergency situations, especially getting called out to the fire department, we have, that wasn't an issue.
If it comes to a point where there's other personnel there and he's not needed, then he can come back. But as long as he's needed, he has to stay. We have never, so he
Okay.
couldn't go out to an emergency run.
Okay.
I mean, that's me now again, so sorry.
No, I mean, please speak up, because I'm not the only voice here. I'm just speaking up.
And I just tried to limit, like, for example, it's a medical call and there's plenty of other responders, and I just let them go.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know, if it's though, like an accident where it's serious, I have gone to some serious accidents, and then like that semi, I didn't stay out there with the guys, because the guys had it, come back.
Yeah.
Things like that. But I'm trying to be very reasonable
As
with
far
it.
as restrictions, my understanding is the board's consensus on that had nothing to do with emergency situations with the fire department.
I feel like I have a clear understanding of what the
Okay.
intentions of the board were on it.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't, but I just wanted to.
Okay, thank you.
clarify,
No,
okay?
thanks for asking.
I did not want.
You
know
need to
what
be
your
aware,
stand
you're
was
the-
on that.
I mean, you're the chief. You need to be aware of what's going on.
Also, are you gonna, on this, get it signed tonight or?
When you're ready, yeah.
Yeah, anytime. I'm 30 days over on one, so it's not gonna matter now anyway, so. Yeah, up to 30 days, so, and we're already past that.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. We like it.
So, okay, Jim had asked, that I prepare a resolution for the town. Indiana statute provides that, a volunteer fire department can charge fees, for, their actions. Includes initial response, per vehicle and apparatus, that responds to a call, command control vehicle, on-scene assistance, an hourly fee, an on-scene assistance for command and control vehicle fee, and reimbursement for expendable materials. Basically, this is for submission to insurance companies.
Yeah, it's not to
In the
the owner
instance.
or.
And it's more directed towards like all the semi wrecks we have on 150 and 50.
Yeah, you spend 14 hours out there on 50.
Yeah.
Because
You
the
guys should
semi
be-
decides to turn on.
And everybody who pays car insurance, it's already built into your car insurance.
Should
So
be.
you're already paying for it.
We're not saying we're gonna go charge a homeowner $500 because we pulled a truck up in their house. No, that doesn't happen that way. We turn it into the insurance company. A lot of times the insurance company, if we bill them for $2,500 or something like that, they'll send us a check for $500. You know, I'm not gonna argue with them.
Right.
You know, they paid for our fuel while we were out there, so I'm okay with it. But, some of these semi wrecks, I mean, you can be out there for a long time. Especially if they send a crew down to take a board off a truck, which has 10,000 of them on it, one at a time. You know, you're out there all day long.
The last guys were out there, I
That's
think,
pretty
10
much
hours.
standard what some places charge or.
Yeah,
Those numbers are set by the Indiana statute.
Okay. So this follows Indiana statute.
Yeah.
As far as-
Yeah.
Cause I want you guys to get the maximum whatever.
we're
you can
just
get.
catching up. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
So
So-
Jim, if it actually changes, the prices like they did this year, what you can charge? If it changes, could you let us know? Cause we'll have to.
The
do
state
the
will send those. If there's any change, I don't
We can
foresee this
update the
being
ordinance.
changed for quite some time, but the state will send those changes.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'll just send them to you.
What ordinance number is this?
Can I,
What number?
Matthew, can you get that white book that's on this, the big the
So I can
the
ask.
big binder?
The gigantic one?
Yes, sir.
Same.
Bring it
Yeah,
back
take
and
a look.
forth.
The one that's not as
Take a
full.
look. Take a copy. It's a pretty big.
This is a copy.
What the ordinance number is.
I wasn't sure if it's gonna be.
26.
The last one was 2510. Or 2016, I'm sorry. Hang on.
26.
No, that was the one. 02. That was 25, I'm sorry. 02.
How many have we done for 26?
21.
2601?
No,
This
so
will too.
it's 02.
And then you will need to fill the fund memorandum on it, Tina.
And does this mean, the fact that we're charging, does that need to be advertised or anything? Once, twice? Okay.
Is this just a copy?
I'm gonna ask the board to approve as presented, Town of Shoals Ordinance 2026-02.
I make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
You sign one of them, and give them to Tina.
Give it to Tina. Okay.
I'm just gonna sign that.
Yeah, Jim, you do need to make sure you keep that updated.
Does the new orders have to be done each time, or can it be updated on the ordinance?
It'll probably need, my recommendation is to redo it with new numbers. If there's new numbers come in, it needs to be redone.
It's gonna be like a 27 dash whatever.
And talk to me before you leave. Okay.
Before we go to the next meeting, I've got,
Okay, well,
Well, that's right, then.
I've got another.
I'm not doing that.
More than one.
okay, on the agenda, we'll move to, clerk treasurer, Franklin.
We did receive a couple letters on the website. One of them is, requesting, it's from Project Aspire, Trio Talent Search Program, a federally funded program. They serve students 6th through 12th grade that attend Shoals Middle School and High School. And they're currently writing a grant and need, to have some community partners, and was wondering if the town council would actually provide a letter for them. The most common ways is to receive a community partner in advertising, parent-student referrals, mentors, collaboration, and actually has a template for a letter if you're interested, and if so, then where to contact her.
I mean, I guess they're asking for a lot of things, but what are they specifically asking for?
From my understanding, she's wanting a letter at this point.
Of what?
Letter of
Support?
Support for, because they're trying to get a grant.
We have a motion from the council to write a letter of support in reference to the school program by Vincennes University.
I make a motion.
Have a motion, have a second.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor? Aye, motion carried. So you can get a template from them
And if you'd like, should be able to have that to be presented to you guys to look over at the special session. There is one from Jalen Grogan about a handicap ramp, in front of,
I just now seen that and I can answer it.
okay,
That ramp was taken out because it was put in by an individual and it was not ADA approved. In order to get the CCMG money for that road, it had to be removed.
okay.
Access can be made at the bottom of the sidewalk, there is a handicap access at the bottom of the sidewalk. This one they put in there was actually put in by, Krim himself, for his wife. And it was, not ADA compliant. And I had to take it out. So there is wheelchair access. You just have to push the wheelchair another, probably 15 foot.
When that was done, you said the actual one that's there through CCMG?
Yes.
Okay.
When that street was, redone by CCMG money, that had to be taken out. And like I said, at the bottom of that sidewalk is ADA access for a wheelchair. Like I said, it's just, you have to push the wheelchair another maybe 15 foot to go out in the road to go out. I just announced, did that just come in today?
Yeah, it did.
'Cause I hadn't seen anything about this, but that's the reason why.
Yep, 312, actually. There was a couple of them that come in today. I was a little surprised. And then the next one is, Naomi Peoples came in and she is, there was a grave recently dug beside her husband's grave. And she is upset that there is actually dirt on his military marker. And she did believe that it was disrespectful and it's a mess and unacceptable. She's wondering, why a tarp isn't used or wood like it used to be. She believes whoever made the mess should clean it up. And there are pictures attached to your letters. And this one technically did not come through the website because she couldn't figure out how to do
You got
it.
it there, I don't have any.
That's his
Oh,
marker and then
That's that one.
well, it's usually when the guys go back after the ground settles and cleans things up.
I explained that.
Yep.
I mean, we can send somebody out and sweep off the marker for now, but as far as going back and
All the cleanup,
doing
all
the,
the cleanup work gets done whenever it gets
you do
settled.
the seeding, yeah,
It's
whenever after the ground settles in.
Yeah.
But we'll go out and take it off the marker, but as far as, that's what we can do.
Some places do use tarps, they do not use tarps.
So we usually use the plywood, and that was the week, so the week that this one was done, we had 5 in 1 week to dig. It was about a week span. It wasn't a Monday to Friday, it was like a Wednesday to Monday kind of thing. But there was 5 dug, it was right after the great big snow, so everything was soaking wet, and it just splashed over there. I mean, all of our plywood was used for the tires, the rigging, and we actually had to let the vault crew use a lot of our plywood so that their buggy would not be stuck. So there
And
was,
having done that for you guys before, this is like the hardest time of year to dig graves, cause it's mud, it's.
plywood was used, it just wasn't covering,
Didn't have enough to do everything.
I mean, yeah, cause it was being used other places.
Okay.
And I do think we did a work order for that.
Sure.
There is a copy of the warrants that were canceled because of the warrant expiring. There is a timeline in which anytime a check is written, it actually states on the bottom of the check that per state board of accounts, it is to be open however long that states on the check. And I believe at the bottom of it, it says 2 years. So there are 4 checks that you have copies of that were canceled due to the customer never cashing the check. And the IC code according to this process is up at the top. I just provided this as information for you guys. All that money was received into the fund in which it was written out of.
I mean, is there a movement needs to be made by the board?
No, I am just notifying you that that was done. I'm required to make sure you guys have been notified, so I just gave you copies of what I did. And there will be a copy of it, if anybody wants to see it. We got our first disbursement of the wheel tax after talking the, SBOA. It does go into MVH, but, I'm just asking how you would like that to be receipted in, because you, generally aim, kind of gives you a little bit of information, but after talking to Michelle, she thought it was, important for you guys to decide where it should go. That's the way the county did it. But you have like MVH, miscellaneous, operating, or CCMG match. These funds can be used for CCMG match if you would like, but that's up to you guys. Or if you wanna,
That's where we get the
Create
most
your
bang for
own.
our dollar. I mean, I put in CCMG because anytime we can spend a quarter and get a,
I don't
75,
disagree with you,
spend a quarter on the dollar and get a dollar.
but that's something you guys have to decide, so.
Do we have a motion to move the wheel tax money to the CCMG MVH fund?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
My second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carried.
And then you guys already did have the information for the annual financial report. There is no closures in the month of March, and there'll be a special session on the 25th at 4 PM. And the next regular meeting is April 12th at 5.
I'm sorry, what's the special meeting?
For the mowing contract.
The mowing contracts,
I mean, just to. So I don't think.
I'm-
I don't know, unless you want to.
we're gonna do bids, open bids if we get any, but after talking to one of the major contractors around here, they don't believe we're gonna get any. And it wasn't the previous one.
We'll
I
wait
think
till
he
the
thought I
day we
was
open them and find
originally
out.
asking him to do it, but that's not
Let's
what
wait
I
for the
thought.
day when we open them up. I mean, that's, isn't much we can decide now.
No.
We just gotta advertise it and see what happens. Okay, do you have anything else for trivia?
No, I
Okay.
do not think so.
I'm just gonna go down the list of people that signed in first. So on this, Jeff, what's happening?
Anything going on with the fence around the bowl, around the basketball court, pickleball court? Down there?
Be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
That's left up to the park board, and we've
Okay.
always gave the park board discretion. I mean, in the past, the board has always just went by recommendations and actions that the park board made
Okay,
for it. Yeah.
then you guys saw the bench down there that got destroyed?
Yes, and that's the park board.
Baby basketball goes, there was a bench there and now it's
Yeah, it's
destroyed.
been
As of
like for
this
about a
year?
week.
No, last
Yeah.
week, this week,
Last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
was it a week?
Camera?
it's not covering it.
No, it's all the way down in the basketball court area. I've been walking down there the last couple of weeks and it's been demolished, but
Then he said that there's a picnic table that's been moved too.
It got moved out of the shelter house. It's way over by the big tree now. There was a whole bunch of them sitting on it the other day. I just ain't moved it.
and it's the same crew that usually hangs out there.
And
At
then,
least that's how I've noticed.
so I did see where like some of your facade of your building came down.
Well, we took it down for repairs.
Yeah, but, so it didn't fall down.
It did not fall down.
Okay, so I guess my question would be like, if that would happen to fall, I mean, like any building on this main street would happen to fall, Eagles, whatever. Is the town responsible for liability or is it business owner?
Or it's the town owns it. I mean,
Okay, but well, cause it's
my
a
understanding.
town sidewalk, right? If they're walking down,
But if it comes off
It's
the
public.
building, it's,
okay,
It's coming off a private owned building, that's the
Okay.
responsibility.
I thought it fell, so I mean, I'm
I was
sorry.
going to do it last fall.
Yeah.
But because of new tap, I didn't want to block more Main Street, but we got to the point I didn't have any choice.
Okay, no, I
So
mean,
we're just doing
that's fine,
repairs.
that's fine.
We're doing repairs.
Thanks for doing that. That's all I got.
Yeah,
No, the manhole cover still on
Circle Drive.
Circle Drive is
Yes,
still,
yes, we were waiting until it's warm enough to do it. So
Okay.
somebody, it got flipped and then somebody drove over it while it was flipped and wedged it down in there. So we're still not entirely for sure if we're gonna have Hampton's Concrete try and do it or if we're gonna do it ourselves.
okay, so what you have to actually dig it out and
Yeah.
like backhoe it out and all that.
And we're gonna try, so the reason it's happened to begin with is because the slope of the road and the manhole cover weren't flush. So whenever it kept getting drove over, the ring on it kept getting loose. So then, once the ring's loose, somebody drives over it will flip, because it's not tight inside there anymore.
Okay.
So we'll have to completely excavate it out and then either place a new one in it or try and re-pour it and try and get it set right.
Okay.
But it's in the works.
All right, thank you. Okay, Dylan, you're signed up.
At the corner of Capitol Avenue and Maple Street, I believe it is. There's a house there, it's got a bunch of flowers and trees and stuff like that. Looks great. I have an issue with all of the trees and the shrubbery that is against the road. The trees are starting to get pretty tall, and we have one of the main water lines that's running directly underneath of there. And I'm worried the roots are gonna start affecting the water main. And I've actually looked at the maps and where it's on the road side of the sidewalk. It's not on the house side of the sidewalk, so it's technically on the road side.
Well, it's okay, so it's in our.
I have looked, and that strip of where all the shrubbery and the bushes are is technically showing as part of our roadway.
As our roadway, yeah.
But I don't want to just, be mean about it. I'd like advice on how to go about that, because I would like to get it resolved before it becomes a problem. Because it is the main line that runs down Capitol Avenue.
Okay. Counselor, what would you recommend us move, how we move on that?
Well, try to do it peacefully first.
Oh, of course, yes.
So, yeah, write him a letter and if you wanna put a letter together and let me look at it, he will explain the situation. Probably be my recommendation.
And another thing, the water meter that you asked to get turned on, I still have not found out who has the keys for down there yet.
That's something different. We'll get by without it.
Yeah, because if we have a problem, then we're just gonna have to cut the water.
I got a master key.
Well, they're all,
About this long.
yeah. But, so like,
We'll deal with it.
there's underneath the JC store, there's a basement.
Mhm.
And it has a big ramp that goes down in it. You've been down in it
Oh, yes.
with me.
The dungeon of death.
So there's like 3 to 4 water meters for the businesses down in this basement.
Right.
And
I
when
know
the
what you're
JC
talking
store
about.
closed, the manager of JC had the key to it. So when it
I'd
closed,
say
they never passed along who got them keys.
I'd cut it off.
So it's
So
like for your building and like the JC building and like 2 others or something.
I think Crops is in there, the doctor's office meter's in there. So if we have an issue, we're virtually locked out. We're gonna have to cut the lock. But I have not tracked down who has the keys
Just
to
cut
it.
it.
That probably put one of our
Ask-
locks on it.
Cut it and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, cut it.
If you're telling me to do it.
Only in need.
The board's directing you.
I don't know, I mean, with the JC being closed, nobody else is gonna go down there, because they just use it as a storage.
Secure it with a town lock
Yeah.
so that we don't
Yeah.
have
Of course, yeah,
people making a new hangout, but
but I mean, if you're okay with me cutting it and putting a town lock on
Cut
it,
it.
then.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know who else to reach out to.
It'll be an endless hole you go down,
Right.
rabbit hole, because I've gone down that rabbit hole before.
Okay.
There's no stop.
That's all I got.
Let's see. Diana,
At the last meeting, the issue of parking got brought up and you had asked us to do a survey. We distributed, it says 10, but it's really 11, but we only got 5 responses back.
Okay.
So of that 5, 3 businesses are against a 2-hour parking and 2 are in favor. There's some other comments. Everything in red is just comments that were on the survey. So we kind of talked about it at the Historic Shoals River District meeting. And once the new tap is down, would there be a possibility of moving that entrance over and maybe putting some angle parking along the railroad? I mean,
I don't know
you
why
can't
there
build
wouldn't be.
anything
I
on
mean-
there, it's the railroads, but
Well, I
you can
mean,
park
I
cars.
don't know why we couldn't,
Okay,
you
We
know,
have
we
to
need,
say, we have to make sure we stay
8
out of
feet.
their easement.
yeah, and
And that's it.
From the end of the, what do you call those, the railroad ties?
Mhm.
It's gotta be 8 feet from the edge of the railroad tie.
It's 30-foot center. From center of the track.
Cause we had to
If
go.
we did
pretty
that,
long with
CC
rail.
So is crops legal then?
People park
Pardon?
next to it anyway, I mean, on the other
It's-
end.
Where crops
No,
are.
not really.
So what's the? I mean,
That's what I'm saying, it's not gonna be.
I mean, it shows they're gonna park wherever they want anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna
It's
park
not,
there.
but what I'm saying is, I don't have a
I'm
problem.
not saying stripe it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't-
I mean, it was always parking before.
Yeah.
Everybody always parked, but we still had the same problem. That's not gonna solve the problem.
Well, and also, and I know that you guys measured, we talked about angled parking, making Main Street one-way going south and putting in angle parking, it would have to be probably
You
a
can't,
pretty
it's,
steep angle, but that's an NDOT thing, I
my
know.
road engineer told me you can't do it, there's not enough space in there. He measured it, and you have to have X amount of space when you're backing up on both sides, and it's just not wide enough to put angle parking on both sides.
If you make it one way, it's not wide enough.
That's what I was told. I mean, next time my road engineer's down, again, I had him talk to y'all if you want to.
I'm just curious how much how much more, are you liking a foot, are you liking 2 foot? You know what I mean?
I don't know, whatever it's lacked, I know it doesn't, if you do it, then you lose funding for that road.
I know. But you go to different towns that has angle parking in one way,
Mhm.
there's different angles that you put your parking spaces at, and you get a lot.
But there has to be accessible when you're backing up though.
Well, I
both ways.
understand that, but what I'm saying, if your angle's not.
You can make the angle more severe or less severe.
You'd have to have a lot less.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd run into a problem right there, like the flower shop, with that little teardrop.
I'm just curious what the spec is, Kerry, that'd be nice to know what he's saying.
My understanding is, I went with him on, I said, well, what are the possibilities of if you do this, you do this, you do this? He said, you've only got so much room, period. It doesn't matter how you put the angles in or the spaces in, you've only got so much room, period. And one of the things that tears us up on Main Street is that teardrop in front of the flower shop.
Just teardrops.
Teardrop throws off
To
the,
stay there,
no, I mean,
I thought it did because of the
Well-
ramp that came
because
to the porch.
the way when they done it, the reason teardrops there is because of the way Chastain's
it's not an
ramp.
ADA compliant ramp anyway. It's-
Well, that's true, I agree with that too.
I mean, it's not an ADA compliant ramp. It's there, so I don't know, I mean, I'm sure they might have did it as a convenience because they put the ramp there for, Castine's put the ramp in or whatever.
The rules back then, they had to put the teardrop in because we always tell about it, but they didn't.
All I know is what they tell me now,
Well,
you know, what the highway engineer tells me now. Actually, I'm on my third one. I just got a new one, so I could get another opinion from him. You know, it seems like all these guys read out the
it
same
seems like
book.
the angle that you put your angle at would make a big difference in how much you have to back out in. Because if your angle like this or like that, you're gonna have a lot more.
There's only so much road surface there, period.
I understand, but when you're backing up at a severe angle compared to the, and what angle you're
I
gonna
understand where you're coming
Are
from.
you wanting to do angles on both sides of the road?
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
Would it be feasible to do angle on one side and just curbside straight like it is now on like the
that's
flower shop?
wow.
that's how it is now.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're not gonna get nothing like that.
You don't think
And
you're
then you
getting
gotta have
feasible
room
work?
for ADA compliance spots.
Sure.
Well, you would probably keep, parallel parking at the top of the Main Street, maybe the handicap, and then not start the angle maybe till after the bump out for on that side.
I'm being honest, with you, I'm discussing something that I don't know.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, I'm trying to discuss something I don't know. I just have to get, okay, and I admit it. I mean, all I know is,
He admits it, Dave.
this has been proposed to me in the past, these things be done. And I took them I ran them by the road engineer and he went out and measured it. But this is my last, I'm on another road engineer now with the engineering company. So I can have this one come in and say, hey, what's my options? What can we do here to try to get more parking spaces out of downtown? And then when he comes in, I can get a hold of you and then you can say to him, you know, this is what, you know, some of our businesses think. Is this feasible? And That's all I know,
We
'cause
don't have that done
I
before the
can't,
striping got done, right?
I can't
If
tell
we
you.
could.
Well, I know that, I mean, we're just talking.
But I don't think the striping, that's been determined by the engineers
Right.
Okay.
when they paved the road. I mean, you can only do so much striping with so much area you got to work with, and then bring in your ADA compliant spots too with it. And like I said, I'm just discussing something I don't know, so I'm gonna leave it up to them, and I'll try to get him in here, because I have been in contact with him. We owe this company quite a bit more than what I thought we did, and we're holding it with the last work that was done, so, because there's several areas that the town's not happy with. So it's, as far as paying, getting things done so we can sign off.
So, what is this latest status of the tear down of the new tap? Because I think that will solve a little bit of parking.
Okay, I had a contact with the town's attorney on this over the weekend. We've received a quote from the demolition people. I sent it out. And Chris Drury, the town's attorney, is speaking with the engineer. He wants to be sure that the engineer doesn't have problems with the manner in which the demolition is proposed. So once he gets clear on that, then he's got that number for the demolition, then he's got to assemble the other numbers for the ask of the insurance company. So we're, as I said, over the weekend, he's waiting to hear back from the engineer. And I didn't hear anything today.
Quite a few steps ahead than what we were last month. That
And-
means anything. I mean,
And the price came in, I believe, reasonable.
Very reasonable.
So we shouldn't be ashamed to present that to the insurance company, I think.
One more thing, also at our last meeting, we had our Oprah rep for our area was at our meeting, and he did talk to us about different grants, like grants. Most of these are through HUD, but I'm sure you know about most of them, but
no, I'm open to
But he
anything.
kind of went over some grants with us, so we're kind of looking at some of those.
And like I said, the organization, was formed, it could not, I remember when y'all looked at this, the town did. And part of the outlines of the organization is elected official couldn't hold a position, an office position.
Right.
Now, they could attend as far as information wise, but this has to be a grassroots type of organization. The town, as we just discussed earlier, the town should and will support the mission and what I would call seed money. So that projects can be started like we did with the signage.
Mhm.
I mean, help support that.
Well, on these blight grants, the city has to own, or the town has to own the space, has to own. And then, afterwards, after they come in and tear it down, it has to be used as a green space or unused for 5 years.
Mhm.
The funds would be awarded to the town, the clerk treasurer would be responsible for the funds, and it would be managed through there, so. if it's-
So the money would run through the town,
Yes,
but it takes, like I said, it takes an organization like this in order to apply for that money. If we don't have these organizations, we don't have this organization, then we can't apply for this money.
I think the town can apply, but,
Okay. My understanding is scores higher, because all these
Right.
things are based on scoring.
yeah,
That if you have a non-for-profit, I'm gonna use this as a broad term, but Main Street organization, okay? Which doesn't have to be Main Street, but a Main Street
mhm,
organization, which is defined by Oprah. Okay, in order to apply for these type funds, it will score you higher. So, and it's all about any of this money that comes through is all, but I'm probably singing the choir, we're at SIDC, but it's all based upon scoring. And there's different areas that you score in, and the higher you can get your score up on the list, the more likely you are to receive the funding. Do you have anything else then?
I'd like to add something to the new tap deal. So the septic, or the sewer taps for Sandy's, Costas Villa, and the new tap, we're just gonna disconnect them after it's already been demolitioned. It's gonna be a lot safer that way. And I don't foresee us running into any issues because a lot of it's clay tile anyways. So if they do grab a hold of it, it's just gonna break. We're not gonna have any issues. The water, we are unable to find the water hookups for Sandy's and new tap. We believe they probably came out the back of it, and they're probably underneath all the brick.
So you couldn't find them under the concrete with a metal detector like the other
I
ones?
spent 2 hours up there with a metal detector.
Yeah.
JC store.
I mean, that's a real
JC
possibility.
store's in the basement of JC store.
Very well.
Hey, it could be, like, no
Yeah.
doubt, it could be there,
But I did find Costas Villas,
underneath the banana
but
box.
I have run into an issue with that as well because their shut off is out in the street. And the original plan was to come back off of the valve, cut a, space out, hydro back, have a hydro back truck come in, hydro back down, and we were just gonna shut the line off right there.
Mhm.
Issue I've run into is I've called a locate in for that valve and they will not go inside the fence to locate it. So I've kind of come to a standstill there. I can that's why hydrovac, it's not as dangerous with a hydrovac truck because it's water,
Right.
but I'm not saying there's a gas line there.
But you better assume.
What, if they take the building down and we have a 3/4 inch line that starts leaking, it's not that big.
My worry is it's gonna be galvanized.
Oh, yes.
But my
Or
worry,
lead.
is, and you've been with me when I pulled galvanized, sometimes it breaks, majority of the time it doesn't.
Oh, no, it'll yank a
yank.
plug out, it'll yank a tap out.
I'm worried it's gonna yank a tap out.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to cut it and then just try and convince the hydrovac truck people to do it.
I mean, just whatever needs to be
There's
done,
nothing
get it
else we can
done.
do.
I mean, I leave that up to you water guys. Yeah.
Right, but I'm just letting you know, like, I'm running into a snag there.
Gas lines come in from the back side, but don't mean there's not a gas line in the front also.
Right. And electric.
So you're saying the problem is the
All
locate
like
guys
those.
won't locate?
I put it in, Thursday,
And
or
they-
sorry, Wednesday or Thursday,
They won't go in the fence.
and I have yet to see a locate.
Well, I
And I
wouldn't dig.
seen one pull up.
I know
You
from
guys
personal
can't
experience, I
You
wouldn't
guys
dig
can't
without
pass, so
locating.
you
just
guys
saying.
can't do it, remember that.
So they can get in the alley?
You won't touch it without locating.
But that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, cause
Cause a 3/4 inch line spraying for 2 hours is not a big deal.
No.
Dust control.
Yeah.
Right. I won't, we need the fire department.
Okay, so you guys will work that out.
I ain't
Do you
really
need
much else to
direction
work
from
out.
us, or, I mean, are you asking direction from us, or?
No, I'm more or less just updating.
Okay, thank you.
So when you see a puddle, you know what it is.
Okay. Cecil? Okay. Cody, what's happening?
Contact number for the state, so I can call and complain about the bridge every week.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, somebody's gotta be
There's
complaining because.
Actually, there's a meeting on the 23rd of March at the courthouse. IDM's coming in and doing their, like they had last year.
It's not a public meeting.
It is not though?
That's not.
Okay.
It is just, what I read, it was, just for
Officials.
Pull out the letter.
governmental representatives.
Can you take a guest?
Well, all I can do is kick him
I
out.
can take Cody as my guest. If you
And
want
just to add my observations to your complaint, I watch a lot of people go left of center and across the fog line. And I don't mess with them because I don't blame them a bit, but if somebody heads on, it's not gonna be good.
I
But
go to the right.
I know why I understand why they're doing it. And I can't tell them they're allowed to, but I don't mess with them because I know they're trying not to beat their cars to pieces. But it is kind of a safety issue because it's causing the public to not maintain their lanes very good.
What's going on with the CSX down there by your house?
They've been hauling riprap to the west.
Are they fixed?
I don't know.
They actually have,
Lehigh wants to use it.
that Lehigh wants to
Really?
use it, and that's why we know about the easement with CX, because the guy came in and specifically said, move that fence.
Yeah.
If it's not moved by such and such, it's gonna be a
So if
$50,000
the trains go
fine
through,
for
maybe
that.
you'll knock down the new track for us.
There's a major slide down behind the state, or down the river. Yeah, 2 piece cut, and it's tall too, and they hauled 2 loads the other day.
Yeah, there was a truck,
So,
like a dump
I don't
truck
want
coming
you
through
to
there on the
worry about
railroad
it.
track.
I was
Okay.
happy to see how far they were.
Cody, did you have other issue, any other?
That was about it. I wanted to reach out to the state.
I called, you were
Send emails every week.
at the last,
I was gonna say, I got a couple cards.
I've got the item letter somewhere, I don't have it with me right now.
Jail
I went on their
says-
website
jail
one
has
time,
to
filed a
be-
complaint, they called me, we talked about
Yeah,
it.
but-
Do you want that,
Drain
so you
and-
give yours?
If you look on the Facebook
I can
page,
look
I'm
at the
pretty
phone.
sure
Yeah.
someone, there is like a phone number or something to text
The
them
state says.
for areas where you
Are
have
we allowed
complaints
to go
about the
to-
road.
Yeah, I've talked to him 3 or 4 times.
I just think it's
Yeah.
public
Okay,
outcry.
so what
Everybody
time
start
is that meeting?
calling and complaining.
I gotta find it
Who
somewhere.
owns that intersection?
Not just
there? I mean, who owns-
never get.
I'll send.
So when I talked to the NDOT guy, they said that the
Are we talking about?
surface drains
Talking
are
about
NDOT,
RDA
the underground drains are the property
Exactly,
owners.
the curb drain, that's NDOT. Under the ground, that's the landowner, which I guess would be
And I asked Cody,
the
and
business.
Cody said that he's known that for years, and he said something to whoever owns it, I can't remember who it is, and he said he's never gonna worry about it. But he's never gonna be worried about fixing it.
But you come and talk to Raymond RJ's?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
It's
asked
not
NDOT about it, they
technically
said what they do is like during cold weather, they would try to put extra salt and stuff there because.
That's what they've been doing, but
It's a
still.
safety hazard with how much
Yeah,
water
you
gets
run
drug
that
out.
curve, that ice.
And right on the
I
curve,
swear.
people aren't expecting it, but
So isn't that the town storm drain?
No,
no. NDOT storm drain,
NDOT storm drain,
and the
but
pipe that's attached to
claim
it
that-
belongs to someone else.
At one point, I heard DNR was involved in it.
it's DNR property owns that strip in there.
The little strip of
They own
grass.
that grass?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna start deer hunting. No, I'm just-
it's like owned by 3 different state agencies, that piece of grass is.
but well, I went and looked at it one day, we're pretty sure the reason it started backing up is because if you go behind the cardboard dumpster, there's a whole bunch of where they washed out their concrete truck.
Right, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they covered up the pipe coming out for the fill, for the
I think it's possible,
stormwater.
because when I first started with the town, I was like, I'm gonna fix the whole world, right? So I'm over there like trying to figure it out. It's hopeless.
We put dye in that and dye in that and dye in it, and it's so blocked up. And Cody said that he asked whoever the guy is, and he said he'll never fix it.
I think NDOT even tried to, hydromac it once, you know, like,
I don't think they ever
I've
touched
never
it.
seen them, yeah, they won't touch that.
Because They touch it, it doesn't serve a problem.
Yep.
It's whether you know.
well, maybe they looked at it and that's what I got.
Does anybody, do you have another, is that another issue? Let me bring up your issue real quick. You brought the last meeting. I called the owner of the apartments and he said, send me pictures. So I went over and sent him pictures and there's been no response. So we've got a trash dumpster that's sitting in the roadway. And the owner's been contacted. There is adequate space that can be made. The dumpster be taken off the town street and put in,
This is on Main Street?
no, it's on Water Street.
It's on Water Street. I
That's those
actually talked to
apartments
him
they're
too.
on.
I asked him to put the dumpster in like where that landscaping was. And he goes, I don't know if I can do that. I said, well, it needs to move.
Well, I mean, I asked him the same thing too. And they keep pushing, and then when they empty the dumpster, they keep pushing it further
Back
out in
into
the
the
road.
road, yes.
Out in the road, so it's a hazard, it's a road hazard. So what's the next, do we send a letter from the town's attorney or something? I don't know. Okay, can you do that for us? It's,
I mean,
Address.
you got information?
she's got the information.
Yeah, I
No,
can get you his email, whatever you want.
Yeah, give me that information.
does anybody have any more, anything like to bring for the board this time? Does anybody have anything to bring for the board this time? I'm gonna ask for a meeting to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second.
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Carrie, when I saw that thing about the NDOT meeting, it occurred to me that I wasn't welcome at that meeting.
Okay.
So it's
I'll-